Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is titled, How Are You Shocking Others? Before we get into the reading, I do want to give a quick short message. Please be safe if you're traveling for the holidays. I know a lot of people, celebrate New Year's, even though New Year's is technically during the spring season. In our society, we celebrate it in January. So if you're somebody, not January, but December 31st leading into January, New Year's, you know, if you're celebrating it, okay, please be safe. And even if you're not celebrating it, just please be safe, okay? Okay, thank you. Let's get into the piles. I have 3 piles for you to choose from. As always, you are welcome to pick more than one, but please remember to pick using your intuition. I'm going to give you all a second to pick, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number one. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number one. So, pile number one, how are you shocking people? You're shocking people because your life is upgrading and the real you is beginning to show. You are no longer hiding. So, pile number one, you're becoming more confident, you're becoming more secure. You're becoming more sure of yourself, so you don't really second guess yourself a lot. It's like you are learning to regulate your nervous system and just relax and go with the flow in life and not be so anxious. I feel like you struggle with anxiety a lot of your life, pal number one, but I feel like you've been doing a really good job at managing that, and it's helped you to upgrade your life. It's helped you to manifest. It's helped you to heal from a lot of things that have held you back. Okay, so let's get into the cards. The first card we have is the star. So you are shining. There is a light shining on you. That is how you're shocking other people. The next card we have is the Eight of Wands. And with the Eight of Wands is giving me like this energy of something accelerating. So your status could be accelerating. If you have a platform, that could be accelerating. Your money is accelerating, your career options, your job. Okay, so there's an emphasis on career and jobs. Okay, so you could really be shining right now with this star card in your field, whatever you do. There's something that you're good at and you're shining at. So let's say this is a job. You're shining at this job, okay? Let's say this is a business you have. You're shining in your business. You're making a lot of money, or you're getting a lot of clientele and a lot of good reviews. So I'm getting a really good positive energy. And I feel like that's shocking people because maybe it took a long time to get this business up and running, or, maybe you were new to the job, or it took you some time to figure out how the job worked or what was required of you. It's like you're upgrading, and this upgrade is not only taking place like physically, but it's also taking place mentally and spiritually. So on all aspects of your life, you're upgrading, and this is shocking people because it's taking you some time. It's like you were once in this period of stagnation, but you're no longer in that, and it's like I'm hearing spirit say you're going to the land of milk and honey. It's like you're entering this new golden era. Okay, that is how you're shocking people. The next card we have is the mermaid card, and it says daring. So it's like you're becoming more confident. You're speaking your truth. You're sharing your opinion. Some of you could have Saturn in your third house, because it's like you could be afflicted sometimes with speaking your truth because you don't want people to take it the wrong way or misinterpret that. But it's like you're no longer caring about that. It's this energy of like you swimming to the depths of your soul and having this understanding of yourself. So even if somebody doesn't understand you, you just know that, okay, maybe this person is not in alignment with me. And even if they don't understand, you know that you at least planted a seed, because a lot of times you'll have people in your life who misunderstand you, and then they'll come back years later and tell you how now they understand something. So people just learn on different timelines and in different wavelengths. Let's put it like that, okay? The next card we have is options. We have a lot of water energy here, so I feel like you could be a water sign. Okay, but I feel like people are just starting to see how much emotional depth you have. I feel like with you being quiet, and that's going back to Saturn in the third house, because Saturn in the third house can make a person like hesitant to share their opinion. So you may used to be real quiet or real shy, but it's like you're coming out of that, and that's shocking people because you were in that role for so long, and it's like people don't know what to expect now because you're no longer that person. The next card we have is options. So it's like you have unlimited options when it comes to your career. I feel like people are finding out that you're very multi-talented. Pile number one, it's like you're a jack of all trades. You can do different things. You can pursue many different careers, many different avenues, and have multiple streams of income. So I feel like people see you as being rich or being a money maker because you can utilize all your talents and make a good salary through each talent. Okay, so people see you as being able to have it all. Pile number one. Okay, they see you as not limiting yourself. They see you as expanding. Okay, some of you could be Sagittarius here because I'm picking up a Jupiter energy. But yeah, it's like they see you as expanding. They see you as being yourself and being unconventional. Some of you could have Aquarius energy as well, but it's like you're no longer hiding who you are and you're being yourself, and that's being received very well. And that's shocking to people because I feel like these are the kind of people who hide themselves, who do what the group says, and they never really open up and blossom into who they're supposed to be. But it's like you are becoming who you're meant to be. Pound number one, every day you're getting closer to who you're supposed to be because you're loving yourself and you're getting to know yourself. And that's the beauty of being in this life, is just honoring the body and the spirit that you came in on. Okay, so the last card we have for you is the 12th house. So I feel like you're shocking people because you had a strong faith in God. Like I said, you could have been in a period of stagnation, and it's like now you're out of it, but it's your faith that guided you through. And this could have also just been a period of spiritual warfare and just a lot, but I feel like it was your initiation, pound number one, because you had to go through certain situations so that you could grow spiritually, so that you can grow mentally, so that you could be in your life's path and your life's purpose. Pile number one, it's meant for you to be seen. But I also feel like with the 12th house, there's a hidden energy. So I feel like you pick up on a lot of hidden energies, and people are starting to notice that about you. I feel like people look back at interactions and they're like, wait, how did pile number one know that I said that or did that? Like, how did they even know I was moving like that? It's like sometimes pile number one, people just think that they're so clever that they're getting away with stuff, and because you were that selfless kind person, people thought that you didn't pick up on it, but you always have. I feel like in the past you used to suppress your intuition, but now you listen to it and you let it guide you. That's why I was picking up that water energy of being in the flow, because you're in the flow with your intuition. Pile number one. So now let's get into these channeled messages. Okay, and then we're going to move on to pile number two. So pile number one, I was picking up the song Irreplaceable by Beyonce. So I feel like you've replaced a lot of people. People are shocked because they feel like you're replacing them or you already have. I was picking up the word acceleration. So things are moving fast. I feel like you're getting a lot of blessings, and it's like things are just going right for you right now. And this is shocking people, okay? And yeah, we talked about money. There's something about money. People just see you making more money, okay? And it's shocking them because I feel like people wanted to place you in this underdog energy of this person who would never discover themselves, but you're the opposite of that. You've never been the underdog, okay? Never. And people are starting to notice that, and that's shocking them because now they have to look at themselves and reevaluate. Like, I'm hearing somebody say, like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, a lot of people were in this illusion when it came to you, and that makes sense because we had the 12th house energy, and it's like now they see who you really are because you stepped into your power. Power number one. Also, I get that some of you are getting a new home or a new car. For some of you, it's your first home or your first car, and that's shocking people. Okay, and I'm also picking up something particular. So somebody could have doubted that you were going to find a place to stay. So this could have been a weird like ex or a weird friend group or weird friend or a weird family member. But whoever it is, they have weird energies. And it's like you've proven this person wrong and they are shocked. Okay, so that's for some people. Also, people are shocked because you're no longer afraid to speak your truth. We talked about that. You used to be shy, but you've overcome your fear of being seen, and you are overcoming your fear of being seen. Okay, you're not limiting yourself anymore. We talked about you having multiple talents, okay? And people are learning certain things about you because you're sharing your personality more and you're operating more from a place of authenticity because you're comfortable with who you are and you're comfortable in your skin. Pile number one. That's how you're shocking people. So we're going to move on to pile number two. Thank you so much for coming. Mwah. Peace. Pile number two, how are you shocking people? So, pile number two, you have more autonomy over yourself and your creativity. So, you're making the rules, okay? So, I feel like you used to be this kind of person, pile number two, that you had all these creative ideas, but you would tell them to the wrong people who would steal your ideas or give you the wrong idea or try to steer you in a certain direction. Like, I can speak from experience, pound number two. I had a certain like past former friend who would try to tell me what to do with my creativity and then turn around and copy me. It was just weird. So I feel like you're moving out of that kind of energy, pound number two, and that's shocking people because they can no longer take from you. It's like, no, I feel like you really have a gift, pound number two. And the thing about that is when people see that you have a gift and they see that you don't know you have a gift, they're going to try to take from you. They're going to try to build off of your personality and make a brand off of that. So you always have to catch that because that destiny swapping, is not going to fly here. So yes, you're shocking people because they can't destiny swap with you anymore. Okay? I feel like you may have blocked some people or made your pages private because I'm picking up this energy of very strong boundaries because I feel like pound number two, you can deal with people who try to impersonate you just because of how beautiful your energy is and how creative and inspiring you are. It's like it makes people want to be you. Okay, you kind of have this celebrity type of energy. Notice how people like to mimic celebrities. Like, for example, I was watching Gordon Ramsay's Hotel Hell. You can watch this on Tubi. It's really funny and very interesting. I love Gordon. Like, he has taught me a lot about when it comes to like food and stuff because I love to cook. That's something people don't know about me, but I really enjoy cooking and watching cooking videos and learning about health benefits when it comes to food and things like that. But that's for another video. But it's like it was this one episode of this lady and she wanted to be a singer, but she was trying to mimic Cher, the singer Cher, and she was trying to sound like her and make her voice sound like her, but it's like her career never took off because it was like you're impersonating somebody else, like you're not yourself. So that's this kind of energy I'm picking up, pound number two. Like you've overcome. I feel like you've had to battle with a lot of people who've tried to destiny swap with you or try to become you. It's been very irritating. And I feel like you never knew what to think of it, but it's because you have that light, pound number two. You have that kind of energy where people just want to be like you. You know how little kids look up to certain people in their life? It's like that's how people are with you, but you have to understand like they're not on your level mentally. So that's why they do those kind of things. They're on a childlike mentality. Let's put it like that because that's what a child would do. Okay, you have to understand that, pound number two. A lot of people lack emotional intelligence and they're followers. Okay, and you're a leader. So guess what? What happens when you're a leader? People are gonna follow you. Okay. All right. So now let's get into these cards. The first card we have is a Six of Cups. I feel like you're leaving behind the past. It's like you're walking away from things like old. It's giving this energy of like you letting go of things that happened to you during like your school year. So like middle school, high school, elementary. Like you're healing from a lot of things that happened in your childhood. Okay, and this is shocking people. All right. Give me just a second, flower babies. I'll be right back. All right, sorry for that pause, flower babies. Had to get some stuff together. But, anyways, as I was saying, you've let go of the past. You've taken the time out to reevaluate a lot of the things that have happened to you, and you've understood that it wasn't personal or it was because of what another person was going through. It's like you're learning how to not internalize what has happened to you, and that's shocking people because a lot of people stay stuck in the past. Like, there's a lot of people who every time you meet them, they're going to tell you about what happened to them in fourth grade or what their mom did to them when they were 10. It's like that story they hold on to, and you're overcoming that. Okay, you're healing from that because I pick up pound number two. You could have been ostracized as a kid or been bullied or just been treated differently, but it's just because you have a higher level of understanding. And when you are different and when you are unique and when you don't follow a group, people are going to think something is wrong with you, but it's not. It's just you have this higher level of consciousness, and people like you are needed. So don't ever feel bad about being who you are because you're needed in this world to make it a better place. The next card we have is the Four of Swords. So how are you shocking people? I feel like you're cutting people off too. Maybe these are people you could have grown up with and you just decided that the relationship wasn't worth continuing because they didn't want to grow. They want to stay in the past and stay in childish energy, but you're not. I feel like you take more time to yourself. You have more solitude. You put yourself first. And this shocks people because you used to be the person that came when people needed you to be there, like you were their beck and call. It's something like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's something like that where you always was there. And it's like now you're always there for yourself and you're more attentive to yourself and your own needs. Okay. And this is shocking people because they can't siphon your energy. I feel like you used to be very generous with the energy you give, but now I feel like you're very selective with how you give your energy, pound number 2. And this is shocking people. The next card that we have is letting go. Yes, you've let go. I feel like you've let go of a lot of emotional baggage. You've let go of a lot of people. Maybe you've unfriended and blocked some people. That's what I was picking up earlier with those boundaries. But whatever it is, you are starting a new path and you are healing. Okay. And you're not allowing people to come into your life and try to tell you what to do, because I feel like you could have been more submissive, but I feel like you're moving into a more dominant energy where you're like, no, you're standing more on business, pound number 2. And this is shocking people because I feel like you used to be the kind of person that it was easy to get over on you, but now it's not. Because there's this post that's coming to mind and it was like, if you still think I'm easy to take advantage of, think again, because I'm not. It's that kind of energy here. Like you're not like how you used to be. You have a lot more understanding of how people work and how they operate. Okay. The next card that we have is creativity. So like I said, there's some type of creativity you have and you use this creativity to your advantage. So there's something you create that happened out of pain. So maybe you make self-love quotes, or you make self-love content, you make self-love jewelry or shirts. It's like you could be a person that makes shirts and you put quotes saying to love yourself, but it was because there was a time in your life you didn't love yourself, or you had people trying to make you not love yourself. It's like your creativity is coming from a place of you turning your pain into power. So there's something that you're doing that is turning that pain into power. And it could even be you, like, having multiple jobs or getting a job and making more money because you're motivated to get to a new place. It's like there's this energy of you using like what people have done to you to benefit you. And it's like you're rethinking it and you're actually grateful for those people because those lessons are turning into blessings for you. Okay, it's like this is how I'm thinking of it, pound number 2. It's like those lessons were like they were disguised. Let's put it as like checks. Like, let's say they're like $10,000 checks. Okay, each of those lessons, those people that came into your life, let's say that they represented a $10,000 check, and it's like you're cashing these checks now because you learned the lesson and now you're getting the benefits. And it's something you're doing where you're putting into a business. Maybe you're a manager or a leader at the job you're at or the career you're at, or maybe you're creating a career field that's very unique, or you're the first to ever do it. But there's something that you're doing where you're going to reap rewards and it's going to be like monetary. Okay, so some of you could come from pound number 1. Okay, take what resonate, but I'm really picking up that Capricorn type of energy where you've learned to work with those kind of energies. I'm really getting alchemy. You're alchemizing it. Yeah, you're alchemizing that energy and you're doing it through your creativity. And this is shocking people because it's like anything they throw at you is inspiration. Anything they throw at you is more money for you. Anything they throw at you is going to be abundant and turn into it. It's like you turn that energy into a renewable resource where it can benefit you and so many other people. So it's like you're tripling back that energy, but in a way that's beneficial to others. Okay. It's like you're playing chess, not checkers. It's like you know how to alchemize energy, and this is shocking people because the energy that gets thrown at them, it bogs them down or it stops them. But with you, you thrive in that kind of energy because for you, it's like free money. It's free energy that you can use to upgrade yourself. Okay, so yeah, some of you could have come from pound number 1, excuse me, because I said the word upgrade and upgrade was in that energy. Okay. The last card that we have is the 11th house. So the 11th house is about our circle of friends. So some of you could have removed some friends. Some of you could have just realized that these friendships were holding you captive to low vibrations or just life. I was going to say lifelines, but I was trying to say also timelines. So it's like some type of lifeline or timeline. Like I feel like you're breaking free from that. The 11th house also deals with freedom. You're breaking free from people who used to hold you hostage, especially people who tried to siphon your energy because you were a kind person. That's what I'm picking up. Like, you having that awareness of how valuable your energy is and being more stingy with that because you know that your peace is too expensive. Okay. But yeah, you could be removing some friends and that could shock them because they're like, well, we known each other all these years. But it makes me think about this video that I seen on YouTube. And it was like my best friend, I think of it was either 5 years or 15 years, hated me the entire time. It's like you had certain betrayals like that. Pound number two, they were like gut wrenching. So it's why you've distanced yourself. It's why you've learned to heal so that you don't attract people like that. And it's helped you to understand why those people did that so that you can forgive and move on and help people when they go through these kind of situations. Okay. So it's like, again, you're alchemizing everything that has happened to you, and this shocks people. So let's get into your channeled messages. All right. So you're no longer pouring from an empty cup. You're taking the time to study and nurture yourself. Okay. So you may spend more time alone or decline invitations to hang out because you simply enjoy your peace and being alone. You're healing from the past. The people from the past and the situations from the past no longer have power over you. So we talked about you turning your pain into power and making money from that, benefiting monetary from that. So it could be business, it could be a research project, it could be an art project, it could be music, it could be modeling, it could be anything that's an art form where you express yourself and your creativity. Okay. And it's helping others, but it's helping you financially. And if you don't resonate with this, then this is a sign to turn your pain into power. Like, let's say you're a writer, write about the things you've experienced because it's going to help you and other people. And you could benefit from it because I get here that a lot of you have a talent that needs to be seen, a star quality. That's why I was picking up a lot of you could resonate with pound number one. But even if you don't, okay, just take what resonates. We talked about you cutting people off, but I really feel like people are shocked that you cut them off for good. You're not going back and forth with them. It's like it's over. Okay, you drew that line in the sand. Okay. Yeah, you drew that line in the sand. But yeah, those are your channeled messages, pound number two. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more. Mwah. Peace. And last but not least, pound number three. How are you shocking people? How are you shocking people? So, pound number three, you have more control of your emotions and you have a strong discipline when it comes to your health and body. So, you could be working out more, you could be changing your diet or thinking about changing your diet. Maybe you're writing down, like, okay, what type of effect does this food have on me? It's like you're starting to experiment or you're starting to go to different gyms or do different workouts, or maybe you want to do yoga or take certain vitamins. It's like there's this interest in taking care of yourself, okay? And this is shocking people, okay? So maybe some of you just felt like you wanted to go vegan overnight and you did that, and that's shocking people, okay? Or it could be pescatarian, or you could just be limiting your meat intake or putting more fruits and veggies in your diet, and people are seeing you eat more healthy, and that's shocking them because maybe they don't eat healthy, or it's a tradition in your family to not eat healthy, so you may be the first one changing that, okay? And that's something that's shocking people. But also what I'm picking up is you have more control over your emotions. So maybe part number three, maybe you used to be a hothead, and if not that, it was like people could make you cry easily, when you were confronted with conflict. But it's like now you handle yourself with more sophistication and more of standing your ground. Like, you don't start crying, you don't have to go and vent to another person. It's like you stand your ground and you don't allow people to get you out of character. It's like you've learned how to not have reactions to people who purposely provoke you for those kind of reactions. Okay, you've outgrown that, and that is something that is shocked people because it could be people from the past who used to be able to provoke you or say certain things or do certain things, but it's like that no longer works on you. Those old tactics no longer worked on you because you're transcending that. The first card that we have for you is the death card. So you are transcending that. You have that part of you has died and you have risen. And look, we have the Fool card. Look how beautiful that is. The Death and the Fool card are opposites because they indicate an ending and a new beginning. You have a new beginning in your life. You're starting anew. You're becoming a person that's unbothered. You're becoming a person that's happy and smiles more and you laugh more and it's unapologetic. And this is shocking people because maybe you used to be so afraid of conflict that you used to dim your light. You didn't smile a lot. You didn't, laugh a lot. You just tried to always make people comfortable or never step on toes. But it's like you're not doing that anymore. You're being yourself, even if that makes people uncomfortable, even if it stirs up insecurities. That's not a reflection of you. You're here to be yourself, not to babysit other people's traumas and insecurities. We all come to earth to learn, and whatever they're going through, that's their lesson to learn. But it's not for them to project onto you, and it's not for you to internalize. And I feel like you're understanding that, okay? And that is shocking people. With the Fool card, yes, this new beginning. It could be a new job, a new relationship. For some of you, I feel like you even left a toxic relationship, or even if the relationship wasn't toxic, you just have left the relationship. So some of you could be going through breakups right now. Okay, and I'm hearing breakup to make up. So some people could be going through a breakup, but you're going to make up with that person. All right. Take what resonates, because there was something that needed to end for something to begin. So maybe a relationship needed to be over for a little bit for two people to focus on themselves, because that's what I'm picking up, because something is going to come back together. Okay, for those of you who this resonates for, and for those of you who this is meant for. All right. But yeah, you've ended a cycle in your life in which you don't have control over your emotions, because now you do. And I feel like now it's like this energy of like people fiending for your attention because you no longer feed that energy. You don't respond to shade. You don't respond to people that are purposely trying to get a reaction. And I feel like it shocks people because I feel like the people you're around, especially if this is a workplace, pile number three is this energy of like them being used to triggering people or being used to getting under people's skin, because I'm picking up a vibe of people liking to be frenemies, but it's like they can't do that with you because they have to come correct. They have to be authentic because you're authentic. And it's like, even if they try to be petty, you're still polite, you're still mature, and it makes them feel bad because they have to look at themselves and it makes them reflect like, wow, I'm being immature. And nobody has ever made them feel like that. So I feel like not only is this death and the full energy applying to you, but it applies to other people. I feel like you help people become more mature, and that shocks them, pile number three, because it makes them feel embarrassed. They're like, because these are the kind of people who are competitive, and they feel like you won because you're not giving them an emotional reaction. So they feel like, well, I need to become like that. But in them trying to be petty and trying to become like that, they grow as a person and realize, okay, I see why pound number three wasn't given a reaction, because it really doesn't matter. Once you reach a certain mindset, you understand the reactions are pointless. And a lot of times you don't even need to react, because some people are just simply out of alignment with themselves, and it wouldn't be worth you giving them that energy. And let me also tell you something, pound number three, what I've noticed about people who send you negative energy. This is the thing. When they can't get under your skin, they are upset. I've noticed this. But whenever you have a reaction, let's say a person is sending you negative energy and then you have a reaction to it, so you change your tone, or you just feel offended, they feel like, oh, I won. I noticed when I've done that, where let's say a person was staring at me or doing something weird to me, and then I gave them a look or I had a reaction. It seemed like they were happy, and it seemed like their energy was lighter, and it just seemed like they were smiling and more like giddy after that. I've noticed this shit, okay? Excuse my French, but I've noticed this. But I've noticed also on the flip side, when I'm dealing with a rude person and I maintain my peace and I'm still jovial and I'm still happy and joyful, they're mad as fuck because they want to give you that energy. And it's like you are understanding how energy works. And it's like that's shocking people, especially people who are so used to being able to trigger people. That is an emphasis. I feel like you trigger people who want to trigger people. Pound number three. Okay. And that is how you're shocking people. The next card that we have for you is the moon card. So again, emotions, but I also feel like you're tapping into your feminine energy here. And this is shocking people. You're no longer trying to go to war, trying to fight, and trying to be in this, defensive or just this masculine energy. It's like you're more in this feminine and this soft energy. Some of you could even be saying you're in your soft era right now because you're not arguing with people. You're not wasting your energy and your time, okay? I feel like you may be listening to more meditations and sound frequencies, and that shocks people, okay? I feel like you're breaking a lot of stereotypes, especially if you're in a place where you are a minority, whether this is your race, your gender, your class, your sexual orientation. It's like wherever you are breaking a lot of stereotypes, and this is shocking people. The next card that we have is beauty. So you are beautiful inside and out. I feel like you could be changing up your appearance, experimenting with new hairstyles, cutting it or making your hair longer or dyeing it. You could even be getting more tattoos and piercings, or you could be getting them removed. But there's something about your body becoming more purified. So especially if you're eating healthy, there's a noticeable glow and there is a noticeable difference when it comes to your body. Okay. You are very, very beautiful. Because in this picture, there's like some tattoos. So some of you could be getting tattoos and people think your tattoos are beautiful. And this shocks people. Okay. Because maybe they never thought of that kind of tattoo, or maybe they didn't think you were the type to get tattoos. Okay. Take what resonates here. But yeah, there's this beauty that is emanating from you. I feel like you also have a beautiful aesthetic. Like you dress really nice and you dress really nice all the time. And it's something that shocks people because they can't keep up with you. And they also can't keep up with dressing nice because some people are the type of people that dress nice on occasion or every now and then. But it's something that seems like it's for you every day. Like you wake up flawless. It's that kind of energy. Pound number 3. But yeah, that is how you shock people, like the way you are high maintenance and you can maintain that and take care of yourself. So let's say if you're a woman, you keep your hair and nails done, or you go get waxes, or if you're a man, it's like you keep your hair done, or you keep your clothes up to date, or you're always going to get new shoes, or it's something like that where your aesthetic is constantly maintained. Okay, and this is shocking people because it's like you can do this on a budget, but it's a talent you have. So you may be really good with styling and fashion, and this is shocking people. Okay, you may be really good with beauty and aesthetics, and this is shocking people. All right, let's read your channel messages, pound number 3, and end this reading. So, pound number 3, you're focused on your happiness and being stress free. Okay, that is something that's shocking people. You don't take the bait when it comes to messy people, and you let people stay in their misery, but without becoming their company. Let me run that back. You let people stay in their misery without becoming their company, okay? So there's a noticeable change within you. You are more calm. You've learned how to regulate your emotions. You could have done this on your own, pound number 3, or through practice, through therapy, or just both. Okay, you could have went to counseling as well, but it's like you've gotten some help. Maybe you even read some books, okay, or done some type of research, excuse me. You've done some type of research or took some type of course, but you've learned how to take care of your emotional body. And this is shocking people. You could have changed your eating habits. You could be listening to different music, okay? I'm picking up an Aries and Libra energy here. And this is something that people are shocked by, okay? You could be coming more into balance with yourself. Some of you may go to church more if you're religious, okay? That's something that's shocking people. Maybe people who didn't see you are seeing you more because you're growing your relationship with God and yourself, okay? We also talked about your aesthetic changing. You are changing up your physical appearance, and people really like this. So whatever you're experimenting with, people really like it, and you're becoming more beautiful because you're taking care of yourself inside and out. I feel like you understand that term, well, that phrase, as above, so below, but it's the same when it's coming inside and out. Like your inner creates your outer. So you've taken a lot of time to nurture yourself and take care of yourself, and this is shocking people. Okay. But yeah, that is what I got for you, pound number 3. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I do have more beautiful things in store for you all. Please be sure to look at my mini courses that I have, okay? Because I would love for you all to attend and grow with me and learn with me, because I also want to learn from you all. So thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I hope that you all have a safe, happy, fun, protected, and joyful New Year's, okay? Thank you so much. Mwah. Peace.